Hey all, so I'm going to go ahead and start a few minutes early so I can show you around a little bit. New game comes out March 1st, and we've got some early access that we were given by the developers, and I'm grateful for that. So we're going to take a look around a little bit, show you just what some of what's available as far as creating your character. I have the Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain look going on here. You can see it actually says Chamberlain head, hair, and beard. You can change any of those things. So you can go to like a Jeb Stewart look, a William Tecumseh Sherman look. Then there's some random ones too, but some of these are named after specific generals, which is kind of cool. If you want to look like one of those guys, you can. Adelbert Ames. What's going on, everybody? So there's a lot you can do with that. You can add a pipe or a cigar and that kind of stuff. Just fun little things that you can do to customize your character. But then you also have the ability to do things with your uniforms. And there's a lot of different options available as far as uniforms go, customization. Within each one of these, there's a lot of different looks. I'm going with the 20th Maine Company C look. It's pretty standard, but I like it. How's it going, Nolan? So, yeah, you can do all of that. It's a lot of fun. This game is made by the same people who did Mount and Blade, the Napoleonic War mod for Mount and Blade Warband, in which you could actually not only play yourself, but you could also command troops, and that's an option in this game. I was playing yesterday, and there were just 3 of us in the map. But we each had a command of a whole company of like 100 men. And you could issue orders, fire orders, volleys, fire at will. You could space them out. Basically, all the controls that you have in Mount and Blade, you have available here. But you also have games where you play as an individual, which is very similar to Holdfast. So if you've ever played Holdfast, you know what I'm talking about with that. So there's this game here. There's an EU map that's got 118 people in it. But I think there's supposed to be an official event going on at 2 o'clock. So I'm going to join the official event server and see what's going on. What's going on, Augustin? I'll be streaming for about an hour and a half. My wife and I are going to a concert tonight for Valentine's Day, going out to eat. Yeah, so this is, I believe, created by the same developers that made that Napoleonic War mod, but it's Civil War. But I would say it in the first-person shooter version, which is what we're going to be playing right here, I think. It's very much like playing Holdfast, if you've ever played that. But then it has that mode that's a lot like playing Mount and Blade, too. And then you have you can go third person like this, or you can go first person if you so choose. First person might be a little easier for aiming and things like that. Like I said, the game comes out on March 1st. It'll be available on Steam. I think you can wish list it now. I don't think it's open to the public yet, but it will be March 1st. It doesn't seem like there's a lot going on in the official one. The unofficial one has a lot more people in it, but a lot of people are just team killing and being stupid there. So, and you can join regiments just like on Holdfast. There's regiments that you can join and do line battles and the whole bit. So you can be as immersive as you want to be with it, as far as like role playing and things like that. Or you can kind of just go in and do your own thing, which is what I'm doing right now. But for me, I think I'll probably spend most of my time playing the mode where you actually command your own company and give orders and things like that, rather than just the solo mode like this. But I don't think there's any of those available at the moment. I don't know if they'll create one during this live stream event to where I can do that. Little outhouse over here. Hey, Nicholas, how's it going? Nobody in there. That guy's going to actually go to the bathroom, I guess, huh? lot of team killing going on, it appears. All right, everybody's starting to join the live event now, so you can see. We'll probably get the actual event started pretty soon. It's supposed to start at 2 p.m. Eastern, which is right about now. So right at the moment, everybody's kind of just doing their own little thing here. We got some rebels coming across here. Oh. That guy had a pistol, so he was able to fire multiple shots before I could aim. Alright, so it looks like everybody's being stupid at the moment. Hopefully we'll get something organized and going here pretty soon. I'm going to run away from these TK people so I can actually get into some combat. So in this particular mode, this is Conquest mode. So there's areas you got to conquer. There are lots of other modes in the game as well. Like there's one where you're on defense and you're defending a fortress, things like that. What's going on, Zach? Looks like there's a fort up there. We got about 100 people in here right now. Some of these maps can have up to 500 people in them. At least that I've seen so far. It's really frustrating to see all the people just being stupid and team killing each other. I think they're getting everything set up right now. You can see them doing the settings and everything for the map. I'm heading over toward the Sharps family farm to try and help capture that. And then you have the ability to chat with the people who are around you. Like you can do, it has proximity voice chat. So if you're using voice chat, you can talk and only the people that were within talking distance can hear what you're saying. But you can also do chat. Like with anyone who's in your company, things like that. Doesn't appear there's anybody there. Man, how close do I... Oh, there's somebody here, that's why. How's the weather in Ohio? Yesterday it was really super windy to where we lost power for a couple hours. But it was warm. It was almost 50 degrees. I haven't been outside today, so I don't know. But I think it's similar today. If you're in Delaware, you're probably getting some of the weather we had yesterday. So we've got about 100 people on each side now. But everyone's just team killing at the moment, which is no fun. Hopefully we can get it started here soon. Starting the live event in 3 minutes. No way I can hit somebody from here. So hopefully everybody will take it serious once we start the live event. Somebody shoot. Oh, somebody just killed the guy next to me. There are Confederates coming this direction. I'm going to switch to first-person mode. Make it a little easier to aim here. I think I got him. I got him. 22 meters. Now it's time to reload. Alright, our real event will be starting here in a minute. There's nothing more helpless than the feeling of reloading and knowing that if somebody comes along at that moment, there's nothing you can do about it. Spray and pray, boys. Yeah, Everett, it's a lot of fun. It'll definitely be a lot of fun once there are people, like the public has access to it, and you can get a lot of people into it, because I had so much fun with Holdfast. But the Civil War is what I'm more interested in. Something to this that Holdfast didn't have, which I think is going to make it a lot of fun. And allows for you to have fun even when there's only a limited number of people in it. Aim small, miss small. Our event should be starting. Oh, what's going on? I'm not sure what's happening at the moment here. I'll go back to the main menu and then see if I can join. I doubt it will be free. I don't know how much it is, though. All right, let's join this official server. There's almost 300 people here. Not sure why it's taking so long to load. Yeah, so it'll be a nice complement to War of Rights. Obviously, War of Rights looks amazing, and it's a lot of fun. But I think a lot of people don't necessarily want that level of realism in their games. A lot of people do, and I can see why, especially the reenacting community, would be drawn to that. This is a little more like that, but with some game aspects to it, like knowing that you got somebody when you shoot, things like that. But yeah, that commander mode especially, I think, is going to be a lot of fun. Ooh, I'm the first Minnesota spawn. Excellent. I like that. Plum Run, Gettysburg, Day 2. Oh, beautiful. So we do have a lot of regiments in here already, as you can see. 20th Maine, 1st Minnesota, 73rd New York. I think they're trying to balance out the teams before we start. So right now I'm just in spectator mode. I don't know why it's not allowing me to spawn. First Minnesota versus Wilcox's Alabamians. That's cool. Yeah, Everett, I hear you with the lack of progress. So right now we're just kind of in spectator mode. I don't know why it's not letting people spawn. Oh, I need to wait for the round to reset. Some of these rounds, you only have like a certain number of shots. And you have 1 life per round, as you can see. So once everybody's dead for that round, then a new round starts. So I'm about to spawn. So everybody gets 1 life in this particular game mode. Now, this will be a little unorganized, but once you start getting people organizing their own regiments and things like that, it'll get really interesting. Looks like everybody's trying to organize here. Is that a 12-pound Napoleon? That looks like a parrot. Yeah, that's definitely a parrot. And just like in Holdfast, you've got musicians that'll offer buffs. When you're in proximity to somebody playing music, it'll offer certain buffs and things like that, which is pretty cool.
Let's go, boys! We got them!
It comes out March 1st. It'll be available to the public. It'll be available on Steam. That's where I have it downloaded through. I'm just going to join one of these units, like maybe these Texas guys. So Wilcox's Alabamians are out there in the distance. I don't want to go running out there before most of these men go too. I love that they even have the time of day about when this fight took place historically. Napoleon did not weigh 12 pounds. This is not commander mode. Every person you see is a real person in this one. Commander mode, I would have a group of like however many men it's set to be. When I was playing yesterday, it was 100. I had 100 men that I could command. No, Napoleon did not weigh 12 pounds. But the shells that the guns named after him fired did. Alright, I think they're coming. So this one goes until everybody on one side's dead, basically. I don't see any of the rebels yet, but they've got to be in that direction. The max I've seen per server is 500. I don't know if that is the max, but that's the largest server I've seen allowed so far. But I don't think there are that many people that have access to the game yet. Or at least there haven't been that many on at one time. I believe this particular one, we've got a little over 200 in right now.
To victory!
We're 200 meters from the rebel lines now. Yeah, you have to be careful on this game mode because you don't get to respawn until the next round. Oh boy. There's fire happening down there. Get behind a tree so I can reload. Oh, and I should mention, I have the background music turned off, but the soundtrack to this game is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. It's so good. They've got some great music on the soundtrack. Hey, Max, thank you for that. Put a lot of work into those Psalm videos over on the other channel, and even my wife, who's not a huge history fanatic, has been enjoying them so far. Which is good, because maybe that means she'll let me go do it again sometime. My favorite Civil War song is the battle hymn of the Republic, without a doubt. But I like a lot of them. Where are they? So there's about 100 alive on each side right now. Gonna be trying to stream more on this channel when I'm not traveling. Is it better than War of Rights? It depends on what you're looking for. I prefer this game to War of Rights, but I like a little less historical immersion. Like I like to be able to know when I shot somebody, like when I fire and that I got a hit, which I know is not historically accurate, but when I'm playing a game, I like that, and I love the ability to command troops. So, you know, if there's not a lot of people on, you have the ability to fight a battle. You might only have 3 or 4 people on each side, but you can fight with 300 or 400 soldiers that way because you're each commanding a company. So I like that option, to be able to have that. I think we better run. Oh, I got shot in the back. Nicholas, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, the games are very different. Bonnie Blue Flag's a good song. Now I'm out until everybody's dead on one side, and there's still about 78 on the Confederate side left. I'm sure they're probably going to do different game modes to kind of, since it's an event they're trying to get a lot of people here for. So they probably want to get, you know, try out the different game modes. So hopefully we'll get a chance to see all of those in this stream. We can probably spectate a little bit. They're down to 73 Confederates now. Let's go ahead and get up here a little bit and get a view of what's happening. So now we can see where the Union guys are. We can also see where the Confederates are. It looks really good. And I don't even know if I have the settings up all the way for video. I'm going to switch it to full screen. Yeah, I just have the default settings right now. So we could actually go higher on things like frames per second, field of view can be changed. Motion blur quality, let's go medium for that. Zach, thank you. Appreciate that. Most interesting battle to learn about. For me, it's typically been Gettysburg in the Civil War, but I tell you right now, because I just got back from France for my other channel doing World War I battlefield videos, the Somme has really got my attention, and that is, I fall down history rabbit holes. I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. Where, you know, I get interested in something and then I consume all I can about that thing. And the Somme, for me, is that thing. To put it in perspective, the Americans on D-Day had 2,500 killed on D-Day in World War II. In the Somme, the British, in a couple hours, lost 19,000 killed. It's just horrific. There is artillery on this game. There are Gatling guns on some maps. Let's see what the rebels are up to. I hear somebody playing Bonnie Blue Flag. Whoa! Wow! An artillery shell just took out all those guys. Oh my goodness. And look at the flag. Wow, that was intense, dude. There were like 8 guys there, and they all just disappeared. Natalia, what's going on? So here come the rebels. In a nice, perfect line. Good for them. Staying pretty organized. I like it. They're coming straight at the Yankees, though. We're going to see a battle royale here in the center.
We've got 'em on the run.
Yes, I am dead currently, which is why I'm not in here. Looks like there's 37 Confederates left. I tell you what, there's something really cool about this time of day on this battlefield, and seeing, you know, the guns fire, and oh, it's just really, it looks pretty. We're just kind of spectating while we wait for the next round. 29 Confederates left. DC Bueno, yes, I've played War of Rights quite a bit. There are a lot of similarities to this.
Into the breach, boys.
19 Confederates left. Once everybody's dead. Yeah, Natalia, just killing some time, huh? That's cool. William Cosgrove, welcome. Haven't done a live stream for a while on this channel. Yeah, the unfortunate reality is that my other channel, with having 250,000 subscribers now, has taken a lot more of my time. But I do not want to neglect this channel at all. I really enjoy gaming, especially strategy and historical games, and I'll never get away from that completely. So, just can't do it daily like I used to. 13 Confederates left. The Yankees ought to be able to handle this. They just got to find them. There's only 3.5 minutes left, and then we'll respawn with a new game. Was McClellan that bad of a general? He was that bad of a general in the field. He was great for training troops. He just was really bad at using the army once he trained it. Yeah, it was, you're absolutely right. Seeing the artillery take out a whole group of men that were bunched up like that, absolutely accurate. Quattro, I bet that would be very interesting. My other channel is Vlogging Through History, William Carter. Just went over 250,000 subscribers. It's I just talk about history. I do reaction videos, and then I visit historic sites. I just got back from France, and I've got about 25 videos that are going to be going up from the battlefields of France from World War I. So here they are. They're going after the last bastion of the Confederates. Jimmy, thank you so much. I would avoid parrot guns. They have a 10% chance of bursting. Yeah, you know, I think it was a 30-pound parrot burst at Fredericksburg and almost killed Robert E. Lee and James Longstreet. I think the Union got this one, which is the side I was on, so that's good. Blamer, how's it going? Watching the men cross the field toward the last 3 remaining Confederates. They do have a parrot. No, that's not a parrot. Looks like a smoothbore of some kind. How long can he hold off? Oh, he's done. And there's the last one right there. That's it. All right, next round. Yeah, Elbro Bear, I hear you. There's something cool about building the battleships and everything. It's really interesting. Looks like we're doing another round on this map. Got about 130 on each side. I'm not going to be quite so quick to jump into the front lines this time around. Yeah, on my other channel, I got to visit Longstreet's grave last year when I was in Georgia. Why do I think Grant's a good general? Because I think he understood the nature of the war better than most. He knew logistics. He understood strategy. He might not have been the best tactician on the battlefield. I mean, I think Lee was probably a better tactician. but Grant understood strategy better, and he understood logistics and supply and things like that.
For glory! Kill them all!
We got him on the run!
Armored trains. The only limit, of course, was the fact that it could only be used on train tracks, but certainly an intriguing thing there. I did not get to go up to Ypres, but I'm already planning a return trip. Steve, I definitely want to get to Wakefield and Towton and all of those battlefields. So what's going to happen is the first time I go to the UK, it's going to be a family trip, so not a ton of historic content going to be happening there. It's going to be more about family trip. But once I get to go to the UK with the family, then I can go back and do all the history stuff. I want to see the HMS Belfast. I want to go to those Wars of the Roses battlefields. There's a lot I want to do. But yeah, I want to go to Ypres. I want to go to Vimy Ridge. I want to go to Mons, Passchendaele. Oh boy. Let's not get killed right at the beginning here. One of the cool things is the customization. You can make your guy look however you want, which is kind of fun. I've got an 1853 Enfield right now. Blamer, I'm not sure if they know. I'm trying to remember if they have a good idea of who lost those cigars with Lee's orders on it. Yeah, there's a lot of similarities to Holdfast with this game, baby legs. Steve, that'd be great. I'd love to have you join me at Towton. Where'd everybody go? Yeah, I don't want to be the only guy out here by myself. Yeah, I need. Eventually, I'll get into Paris itself and see things like Napoleon's tomb. The Pantheon's got a ton of famous people buried in it. Jimmy, it was at least a 20-pounder. I was there. I saw the gun. I know it wasn't a 10-pounder. It may have been a 20-pounder, but I was almost positive it was a 30-pound parrot. It was huge. I mean, the barrel was bigger around than my head. It was definitely not a 10-pounder parrot. I'm not going to hit anybody from this distance. The other channel is vlogging through history. Yeah, it's the gameplay is very similar to Holdfast, but if you ever played Mountain Blade Warband, they had a Napoleonic War mod. This is made by the same people who made that, and it's got a lot of similarities with that.
Keep going, boys!
Oh, I didn't reload. Better do that first. Most overrated battle in the Civil War. Chancellorsville. It didn't change anything for the Confederates. It was a great victory for Lee, but like a lot of Lee's great victories, it didn't change the outcome. Hopefully we'll get into some other game modes, like one where we can respawn. How many countries have I visited? Let's see. Canada, Costa Rica, Bahamas, Honduras, Belize, Mexico, and France. I think those were Union soldiers there, so I better not shoot. Steve, I don't think so. I don't think there'll be any kind of premium content pay for this. But I don't know, because these guys, this is their first game. So but I don't get that impression. But I can't say that for sure. Yeah, I would agree that Petersburg or that Vicksburg is underrated. I think Vicksburg is more important than Gettysburg. Everybody likes to talk about Gettysburg. You can do first person in this game, just like this. You just press the V button. It looks good to me. I don't know if there's a problem with the stream, maybe. I'll have to check the stream settings at the end of this round. I've seen some of Mark Felton's videos. I definitely was behind that guy. I should have fired at this group of men right there. There's a whole group of people all bunched up right there, and they're firing at me. The janitor, thank you. Favorite part of history to talk about right now? It's World War I. In general, it's typically the American Civil War. And there's another group of guys that are bunching up over here. I'm not familiar enough with this game to know where I should aim at this distance. Like with Holdfast, it took a while to figure that out. Are those Confederates coming around at us? They are.
Give up the bayonet! Let's go, boys!
That's a very southern accent you have there, Yankee. Best Civil War gun. Good question. I've not fired any of them. I think the repeating rifles were game changers, though. And I think they're probably way too far in the distance for me to hit from here. Yes, Indy Nidell's channel is fantastic. I had a chance to talk to him before I went to France just to get his input into the best places to go. He was the one that recommended to me that I go to Fleury outside of Verdun. He visited there on the Great War channel too. What historical military uniform do I like the best?
Cold steel!
Big fan of the American World War I uniform.
Send them straight back home!
I've played War of Rights quite a bit, yeah. Is Works Drift the best British victory? Yeah, it's got to be up there, right? Yes, my gun is more accurate if I remove the bayonet. Which I'm trying to remember how to do. It's not B like it is in War of Rights. Let's take a look.
Send them straight back home!
Toggle bayonet N. Okay. Favorite presidential speech? Lincoln's second inaugural. I think we got this one. Oh, we're 60 to 38 right now in terms of numbers. Blamer, thank you. Most important thing to happen in the last 1,000 years, the printing press. Just my 2 cents. Jimmy, thank you. Would I try Civil War Generals 2 Vicksburg campaign? Oh, wow. I haven't played that one. Yeah, War of Rights organized events are awesome. I'm guessing this game will get more people than War of Rights, because I think it's going to appeal to a wider audience, the gameplay options and things like that. Where's the Confederate line? It's over that way. Why are we running this way? Are they over there? There's 31 of them. Fall of Constantinople is a good one. I wouldn't argue with that being in that conversation. Favorite presidential speech while I was alive? It's Ronald Reagan's address to the country the night the Challenger exploded. That's the most memorable one for me. I was a kid. Most of us, I don't know if any of you guys are my age, most of us kids watched the Challenger explosion live on TV because there was a teacher on board, and so a lot of schools were watching that as it happened. And there was a part of that speech where he actually addresses the children who watched it. And just Reagan, whatever you think about his politics, one way or the other, was a master communicator. And I thought he just got the absolute perfect tone with that speech. And just kind of hit all the marks. Everything you want to see happen in a speech like that. I can probably think of speeches from pretty much every president in my lifetime that I've really enjoyed. President Obama gave a speech after one of the shootings. I think it might have been after. I don't think it was Parkland, but he spoke after one of the mass shootings, and it was really, really good. All charge at 1 minute. Okay. The fall of the Soviet Union, yeah, watching like when the Berlin Wall fell, that's something I definitely remember. I remember when the Gulf War started because I was in 8th grade when that happened. And we were getting ready to go to Washington, D.C. for our 8th grade trip, and they almost canceled our D.C. trip because of the Gulf War. But then we won the war so quickly that they ended up not canceling the trip. I think we got most of them. There's 22 of them left, but I don't know where they are. They said everybody charge at 1 minute. Yeah, it might have been Sandy Hook. Yeah, Cameron, you're right. And as someone who, so maybe it was Ryan. If you're saying that was a phenomenal speech, that could be the one I'm thinking of. President Clinton was always really good. He was a lot like Reagan in that he knew how to strike the right tone when speaking and come across as very sympathetic. George W. Bush, when he was at Ground Zero, and that kind of off-the-cuff speech that he gave with the bullhorn was really, really good. Yes, William, I did see that. That was one of the guys from Key and Peele that was his anger translator, I think. We're charging the Confederates, but I don't think we're going to get them all before the time runs out. Favorite non-historical game? Ooh. I'm trying to think of the last time I played a game. Oh, FIFA. Yeah, FIFA. Yeah, the release of Nelson Mandela was a big, big deal. We are all losers today. I guess we're going to keep doing that same game mode for now. Hopefully we'll do another time, or another game mode, another map. Yeah, people are, oh, there we go. We're getting Fort Henry Lyon. So we're going to do a siege, a fort siege mode now. So yeah, if you're just joining us, this game comes out March 1st. And this is like an organized event that they did to try and get a lot of people in. Because like I was on here yesterday and there were like 3 people in the game because it's not available to everyone yet. Let's join the Confederacy this time. £100 parrot available. Interesting. Actually, you know what? I think I'd rather be the Union just because the Union's defending. And I want to defend on the fort map. I don't have FIFA 22 yet. I have 21's the most recent one I have. How many units and flags do they have in the game right now? Not very many. Like when you go in to create what you look like, there's only like 3 or 4 units on each side. They're going to add a lot more. But one thing that this game I think has a lot of promise with is that even if you don't have a lot of people available, you can do the commander mode where you could command maybe 100 men. So you can get massive battles even if you only have 3 or 4 people on each side, which is something Holdfast didn't offer. Alright, 5 lives remaining, and I've never done a fort siege mode before, so I don't really know what to expect here.
Send him straight back home!
There's that southern guy talking again. What am I most interested in other than history? Probably music. Alright, here we go. Constitutional monarchies. I think they work. I like the British monarchy. I'm a huge fan of it, which I know not many Americans probably are. Alright, let's see what's happening with the organization here. They're coming from that direction. It's not a real strong fort that we have here, but we do have some defensive fortifications. I'm sure they will add Ohio flags at some point. Top 3 strategy games. Grand Tactician, The Civil War, I love. Hearts of Iron, 4. And then, Civilization. They're way out there right now. I'm sure there's no way I could hit them from here. I'm going to try to switch over to first person, see if that helps. Ooh, yeah, you know what? I'll definitely do a video on that. I actually, Nicholas, it was before I had my other channel. I've been to the site where the day the music died, where the plane crashed. I've been to the site where I stood on the stage where they performed their last concert in Clear Lake, Iowa, and I've been out to that farm, to the field where the plane crashed, because I'm a huge Buddy Holly fan. So I'll have to get back out there again and do a proper video. Steel Division's a lot of fun. Where are they? Charge? He must be talking to the other side. Oh, Crusader Kings 3 is a really good game. I probably should add that to my list of favorite strategy games. I have a whole series on this channel on Crusader Kings 3. There's like 40 episodes. They aren't getting close to us so far here. Oh gosh, if Russia invades Ukraine, I was actually talking to some people in France about that, and they're concerned about it because of, you know, a lot of their natural gas, their resources come from Russia. So they were saying, you know, when, like for example, the U.S. puts sanctions on a country like Russia, it doesn't really affect the United States that much, but it affects them in Europe big time. So I think that's the biggest domino effect. Is going to be that everybody's going to put sanctions on Russia if that happens, and then there's going to be an economic impact to that. No, there are officer characters on this game too. At some point, like when I finish up, before we end this stream, I'll go and and show you some of the customization features and things like that. I did it at the very beginning of the stream, but now that we're into the battles, I can go in and show you at some point. Or if I lose all my lives and the game is still going, I'll have some time I can show you. I'm not a huge fan, Mr. Monarchy, of those. I don't know why. I know a lot of people are into them. I know you can customize your character on this game to be a 54th Massachusetts soldier. They must be getting close over here. They are. Ozai, interesting. Oh, hello. Dude, come back. Do it again. I'm ready for you now. Man, they actually came across the parapets. I wasn't expecting that. Alright, I think I got a minute to reload now. Tips for beginners on Grand Tactician. Start with the some of the smaller historical battles to get used to the tactics, because there's definitely a learning curve with that. And so if you do like a smaller battle that only has a couple of divisions or something, that's a good place to start. And then try the different modes, and I would avoid using AI at all costs until you get used to the game. Alright, let's get over here. We got a cooking fire going on there. That's pretty cool. Oh, I fired way too high there. There's a better musket sound thing in the option menu. Okay. I guess maybe I should wait until I'm not in the middle of battle to do that. Oh! Okay, there's a good time to do it. And I do have the music off. The soundtrack's phenomenal for this game, though. Here we go. Crackling. I do play War of Rights. They said we need some more men. Oh, east is where I already was. I see the Confederates getting over to the other side, though. Oh, here's where you got the big guns. I can see the flashes, and that gives me a little bit of a sense of where the men are. Oh, boy. At some point, I'll have to mess around with these giant 100-pound artillery pieces. HOI multiplayer, yeah, we'll try to get something organized. We've had a lot of fun with those in the past. Oh, I'm not reloaded yet. There we go. Let's get over this way a little closer. What game is this? It's in the title. Battle Cry of Freedom. Comes out March 1st. Switch to first person. It's a little easier to aim that way. I got somebody with that one. Haha, 68 meters. Nice. First Lieutenant Moraine just took out a bunch of people with an artillery shell at 226 meters. Yeah, I need to get back to do some more enlisted sometime, but I want to kind of get to Beyond the Wire, because I'm really into World War I right now, so I need to play some more. Confederates are capturing the rifle pits. Where's that? There's A. C over here. Can you hit anything from that range? Yeah. Oh yeah, there are a lot of parallels in the Bible and history. Yes, this is very similar to Holdfast, but it has the commander mode, which allows you to command troops. So you could have 3 or 4 people on each side and have hundreds of men on the field. Look at all the smoke, and that's realistic. I mean, that's how it would have been. Yeah, it's not as visually stunning as War of Rights, but it also has a lot of options that War of Rights doesn't have. Favorite part of my France trip? I think just being there, just finally being in Europe, finally being on battlefields of the 20th century, which was a first for me, and just experiencing how much history there is there. Because, you know, history is a relative term. When you're in the United States, 200 years is old. In France, 200 years is not old. And it was cool to see that, just kind of different perspective. And the people were super nice. You know, like, you always hear, and maybe that's only in Paris it's that way, but you always hear that people in France are stuck up and rude, and that was not at all my experience. My experience were the people of France that I met were fantastic, incredibly friendly. It was cool. I can't shoot from here. I don't know if there's cavalry on this game or not. I have played Battlefield 1. The new Sabaton song is not... I don't like it as much as the previous few songs that they've released from the album. It's probably my least favorite of the new ones so far. Christmas Truce was fantastic. This one, not as much. Oh. Oh, I gotta reload. Korea? Yeah, it's probably not at the top of my list, so it might be a few years. But I would like to go there. My my grandfather's brother fought in Korea with the 3rd Infantry Division. German Life, yes, I have played some. I was looking at the chat and wasn't paying attention to getting killed. I have played some Total War on the channel. Are they as friendly as Canadians? I would say at least as friendly as Canadians. Are these all Confederates? They are. Ah! I gotta spawn somewhere different. Oh, there's only 3 minutes left. Oh boy. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna die a lot now. Ugh. I got 1 life left. Now that they're in the fort, I'm losing lives quickly. How long will I be doing the World War I content? Well, let's see. 2 videos a week. If I keep that pace, 3 months or 4 months. I've got probably 25 videos, so 12 weeks, 3 months. All right, so here, let's take a look at so as a Union soldier, here's the options that I have available to me. Infantry, 20th Maine, 72nd Pennsylvania, 54th Massachusetts, and you can see how many players are playing as each of those. And then within each of those, you have different companies, and the different companies have different looks. And then, of course, you can change all your facial features. I have the Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain look going on, and it is his face, his hair, and his facial hair. You can actually choose that, and it's called Chamberlain. They have a lot of the prominent people, and you can choose what rank soldier you want to be within all of those things. And then there's artillery and specialists as well. What's going on, Hung Up Bear? Atlantic Lion? I don't think I've heard that one. Wonder Vice? Yeah, I think this game would run fine on a mid-range PC. I don't think it's real graphics heavy. Steven, the reason the Union guys have those stars and bars is you can actually choose what your icon is. It's one of the things you can do in the game. At the end of the stream, I'll go in and show the customization, how you can make your face look different, how you can choose what your icon looks like, things like that. I did watch Hogan's Heroes when I was a kid. There's 30 seconds left in this one. Yes, the 54th Massachusetts are black characters. You can play a drummer because the drummers and the fifers actually give buffs to the soldiers nearby. So there's definitely a purpose for the musicians. I think you can be a bugler as well. Okay. Are we doing the same thing? I'm going to switch to the Confederates, I'm going to stay as the Union now, as an attacker. We'll go 72nd PA. Favorite World War I poster? Oh, it's got to be the Kitchener one with him pointing, like his face and pointing at the screen, or pointing at the person watching or looking at it.
Kill them all!
In Germany, my first place would be Aachen for sure. But I definitely want to visit Bavaria a lot. My wife and I have talked about doing like a Rhine River cruise at some point, which would be amazing. Then we could see Germany, Austria. It ends in Hungary, which is where my wife's family is from. Holdfast is releasing World War I DLC. That's amazing. I will definitely be playing that. Okay. The fort's in that direction. I don't know a lot about Vietnam to tell you. I think the battle at Ia Drang, which is the one, if you watch the Mel Gibson movie, We Were Soldiers, I understand does a fairly accurate telling of that battle. What American battle of World War I was the most significant? Belleau Wood and the Meuse-Argonne offensive, I think, are the two big ones. Belleau Wood was rather small in the grand scheme of things. Was the Somme a mistake? In hindsight, yeah. It wasn't even a good place to attack. It was only chosen because it was the place where the French and British lines came together. There was no other good reason to attack there.
We got them.
I knew Battle Cry of Freedom had a Alamo map. Oh boy. Some of those guys are actually coming at us. They're going all Leroy Jenkins here. Charge time. Holdfast. I've done some Holdfast streams, and I did. It's basically like this game, but it's Napoleonic War. We used to do some. We would do private server matches on Holdfast, and if a lot of people who follow this channel get this game, we'll definitely do private server commander matches where each person gets to control like a whole company. That'd be a lot of fun because we could do that even with a small number of people. Riley, I agree 100%. Check this dude out with the axe, tearing up all the defenses. I love it. Oh, I was about to shoot him in the head, and he got me first. Ah. Yeah, Leroy Jenkins is a World of Warcraft thing where all these people were organizing this big... they were all planning out their strategy before they went into a room where there was this boss battle they were fighting. And the one guy goes running in there and he screams, Leroy Jenkins! And he screws up the whole thing for everybody who had just invested all this time into getting to that point. I played a lot of World of Warcraft back in the day. Bremen, good to know. Germany's definitely high on my list, and my 9-year-old son's been learning German, and he's excited to go there and use it.
Give up the bayonet.
Look at these big guns, man. That's awesome. I'm following these guys. We're kind of going around on a little flanking mission, it appears. They've all got West Virginia SEALs. That's pretty cool. 7th West Virginia. That's cool. So there's a lot of organized regiments already on the game. Yeah, William's right. The only way the Confederates could have won, it would have been like how the United States won the Revolution. They needed outside help. They needed to outlast the Union with outside help, and they just never got it. How many languages can I speak? Only English fluently. I know a little bit of German, a little bit of French, a little bit of Spanish. Just enough to get by. Like, I survived a week in France without encountering a single person who was a native English speaker. There were several people who spoke English that I encountered, but none for whom it was their first language. Huzzah! Jimmy, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Yeah, Austria. My wife and I have both watched some videos on YouTube of Austria, and just looks absolutely gorgeous, and definitely a place we'd love to visit. Oh, I got shot. Only bad thing about a game like this is that when I'm streaming and I'm looking at the chat, I'm not paying attention. I wonder if there's any... There probably aren't any. At some point, if I can get into a commander mode match, I will record it and upload the video for you guys, just as an uploaded video at some point in the next week or so, just so you guys can see what commander mode looks like on here. Yeah, like, for example, in most of the hotels that I stayed in France, the person at the front desk spoke English. I had one hotel where they didn't, and she just pulled up her computer and started typing into Google Translate, and it worked out just fine. And I understood enough. I can understand French better than I can speak it. Somebody just created fog in the game. That's awesome. Everything's foggy now. So whoever's controlling the game, they have, you know, the ability to change the settings on the server. So they're trying out, you know, it's a test run. So they're trying out different things, like throwing fog into the middle of the battle. All right, we're 83 meters from the parapet. Switch to first person. When I was in Costa Rica 20 years ago, we had a translator with us from our church, and she grew up in Ecuador, but when she was a teenager, she moved to the United States. And so she was very comfortable and very fluent in both languages. And she would occasionally forget which language she was translating. And so somebody would say something to her in Spanish, and then she'd turn to us and start saying it in Spanish, and we'd have to remind her which language to speak. Oh, the guy I was about to shoot fell down dead. I can hear the bullets whizzing around me. Not a comfortable feeling. I can't believe I didn't get that guy. What are my views on people flying the CSA battle flag for historical reasons? Well, define a historical reason. I mean, I have no problem with it if it's a historical reason. So, for example, I was in Gettysburg in November, and they had a parade, and there were reenactors there, and they were marching down the street as reenactors, and they had a battle flag. And in that situation, it's absolutely appropriate, I would say. I got hit from 54 meters. You guys need Sherman. Just charge, your lives don't matter, someone said. Yeah, I don't like running across this open field too much. Ah! Jeez. Somebody hit me. Oh, it was only 39 meters. I don't even see. Where was a guy 39 meters away from me? Guess I gotta be a little more careful here. Yeah, I don't think any foreign powers were getting involved on the Confederate side. Especially once the Union passed the Emancipation Proclamation and made it clear that they were moving toward abolishing slavery. Oh, here's where we're dealing with these guys that are close. Got him. Oh, I was behind him. Needed to lead him a little bit. Jimmy, I did not know that. Very cool. Thank you. Rebs are getting close again. Whole bunch of them. I'm going to stay back here a little bit. I'm too close to the defenses. It's not letting me raise my gun. Atlantic Lion, I have tried really hard to get foreign intervention to happen, even on my opponent's side. I haven't been able to get it so far. Oh, that's the guy I was aiming at. He got me. I don't think you can declare war on foreign nations in Grand Tactician. You have to get them to intervene, and it happens through multiple conditions, and it's really hard to do. Alright, as soon as this match is over, I'm going to wrap it up, and then I'll show you a little bit of the settings on how you can customize your character and things like that. And then hopefully sometime this week I can get into a commander match and show you guys what that looks like. Coke or Pepsi? Definitely Pepsi. but I'll drink both. Blamer, I'll probably wait to do something about Passchendaele until I can go to Passchendaele. Oh, we're finally capturing the rifle pits with only 2 minutes to go. Well, remember, right after the Civil War, the U.S. bought Alaska from Russia. So yeah, I would say they were getting along fairly well. Oh man, I saw that guy shoot me. Well, from this distance, they would be pretty accurate. I mean, that guy shot me at probably 30 yards. And these guns are accurate out to a couple hundred yards. I'm just still getting used to firing them and aiming and things like that. I got decent at it on Holdfast after a while, but I haven't played for a while. Was Manifest Destiny justified? Define justified. I mean, I would say if you're looking at it from a historical perspective, all through history, the more powerful nations have gobbled up territory in situations like that. So I don't think the U.S. was any different than any other nation would have been in that same situation. Is it justified? I don't know. I'm sure if you're a Native American, you certainly don't think so. The Great Tasty Pastry War. I prefer cake as a whole, but apple pie is fantastic. Yes, now that Crusader Kings 3 has the new downloadable content, I will definitely be playing some more of it. May not have enough time to reload before the game ends. Right now, we've got about 100 on each side. Well, they're down to 49 on the Confederate side because a lot of them have died. But we started with over 100 on each side. I don't have a specific Holdfast playthrough, but I have a lot of streams. Yes, this is an Enfield 1853, which is a rifled musket. So yes, it had rifling. Yeah, Steven, that's probably a pretty good way of describing it. All right, I'm going to drop out here. I'm going to go back to the menu and show you a little bit more of the customization options that are available. I have played Take Command 2nd Manassas, just not on the channel. Okay. So you go to your profile, and you can see here I've got the Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain look going on. Go to face, and you've got Crook, Custer, Joe Johnston. I can look like Pickett if I want to. Let's do all Pickett and just show you that, for example. And then you choose the Pickett beard, too. So these are all just kind of different options you have available to you. So there, if I want to look like George Pickett, I can. You can change your race. You can change your hair color. You can add glasses if you want to, different kinds. You can add a pipe or a cigar. Let's go Burnside for a second. There's the full Ambrose Burnside. But anyway, so there's that. Then you can customize the uniform, but that also is something you can do in game, depending on what unit you choose to join. And then you have different drumsticks you can choose if you're a musician, for example. Right now it looks like only the 1853 Enfield for some units, but here you can do Springfield 1861, Springfield 1855. I'm sure they'll add more eventually. Same with artillery. And then specialists, there's engineers, ambulance corps, militia, and then, of course, modded uniforms. There's a Germany World War I uniform. Look at that. Okay. That's pretty darn epic. You can go gas mask and all. Getting some serious Attack of the Dead Men vibes there. So that gives you a little bit more of a view. They're doing World War I now. You kidding me? Oh, all right. I got time to play for like 5 minutes, maybe 10. I got to do a little bit of World War I. I was planning on going till 3:30 anyway, because I got to leave after that. Passchendaele. Oh, man. King of the Hill. Passchendaele will be the third battle of Ypres in Belgium. Brutal mud fest. Oh, my gosh. This is cool. This might become my new favorite game now that they have a World War I mode. Civil War and World War I are like my two go-to wars right now. So we're still on Union and Confederacy, but interesting. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be pretty crazy. So it still looks like it's still it's set in a World War I setting, but it's still the weapons of the Civil War. Oh, we got some flares going on. My PC specs, oh gosh, it's been so long since anybody's asked me that question. I've got a decent PC. I would say it's mid-range. But I haven't really messed with the settings on the graphics at all in this game. I have Civil War Generals too somewhere. Oh. Oh, that guy's got a World War I uniform going on. Here we go. Ooh, Great Britain World War I. Yes, please. Does that mean I get a Lee Enfield rifle? I do. Mark III. Excellent. I guess I don't get it until the next time I spawn. Is that how it works? Oh, we won already. Cool. Turmoil at the front. Wilhelm's forces on the hunt. There's a thunder in the east. It's an attack of the deceased. Ooh, sniper? Everybody's gonna be a sniper, right? Somebody says make it daytime. Oh my gosh, this is so epic. How amazing. So Lee Enfield, I ought to be able to get more shots off without having to reload, right? Let's see. Nice. Let's reload real quick. Janitor, no, I've been home from France for a week. I got home last Saturday. Oh, this is amazing. I'm gonna have so much fun with this. Especially since I was just on the battlefields of World War I. So I'm thinking about, I was just talking to JD from History Underground. I'm thinking about maybe going to Shiloh for the 160th anniversary. I think that would be pretty cool. Alright, we're gonna play for about 5 more minutes, and then I gotta go get ready to go on a date with my wife. Ah! Somebody's saying I'm begging you go back to the Civil War. No, let's do this. At what point do you think the Germans deep down realized we are screwed? I think after the Kaiserschlacht, the Spring Offensive, is when they realized it, when that didn't work. Although maybe sooner, maybe as soon as when they didn't take Paris in the fall of 1914. I think that's when von Moltke figured they were screwed. These are trenches. We're just out in no man's land. The trenches were back at the beginning where we started. This is definitely accurate to what a World War I no man's land would look like, with all these like trees where the tops of the trees are gone, and all you got the trunk. Enjoy spicy wind, Jerry's, someone said. Is there gas? Looks like there's gas up there. Sharps rifles? No, these should be Lee Enfield. Since I'm British, it'd be Lee Enfields. Listen to the gunfire. That's crazy. Oh my gosh, how far away did I get hit from? 58 meters. Man, this is really cool. Janitor, thank you. I appreciate that. We haven't gone out to eat for a long time. Then we're going to Scotty McCreery concert tonight. Yeah, it does look like mustard gas. Although mustard gas was not the worst stuff. The phosgene gas was the really nasty stuff. The armchair historian's in the game? I did not realize that. That's cool. Oh yeah, the Atlantic Lion, that's what I'm thinking. If a bunch of people on this channel get the game, we can do some private server matches and it'll be fantastic. It'll be so much fun. Because we had a lot of fun on Holdfast, but we never had more than like maybe 5 or 6 people on each side. But with the commander matches available on this one, there's a lot more options. We need some machine guns. I have a sniper rifle. How do I use it? Oh, I got a grenade too. Nice. Toss that bad boy. Oh, is that a club? That looked like it was a club. Oh, gotta reload. Chlorine gas. I don't know, that looks more like mustard gas to me. It doesn't look like the green chlorine gas. It looks more like the yellow mustard gas. Oh. A trench mace. Yeah, okay. I don't know if it's available on PlayStation or not. Sean Jones, that's an excellent point you make. Alright, we're going to do one more life. This will be my last life for this game. Spicy wind. Yeah, mustard gas is yellowish. The chlorine gas is more of a that kind of green, almost like what you see in creepy, like that, almost like not fluorescent, but Gary Edelman was on the War of Rights events. That's cool. Not to brag or anything, but I have his phone number because he and I did an event with him in Gettysburg back in November, so. And we're friends on Facebook now, but yeah, he's an awesome dude. It's been really cool to get to know Gary a little bit, and he and I will definitely be hooking up for some content down the road. That's cool, though. I didn't know that. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining the stream. We will do some more down the road for sure. The game comes out March 1st, and I hope we'll be able to get a bunch of us together and play it. So see you again soon. Thanks for watching. What?